Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you guys are tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Guys, before we jump into it, let's take a quick second to talk about the disclaimer. Guys, do not forget that there are a lot of people right now trying to impersonate me, right? There's a lot of fake Relentless Trader accounts on Instagram, Facebook, Discord, all social medias. And we continue to, as we continue to ban and report them and block them from the community, they're creating new accounts. And so, unfortunately, Facebook, Instagram, even Discord, they have certain features to try and prevent people from doing these things, but these scammers are finding a way. So remember, I do not invest money for my subscribers. I never have, and I never will. I do not invest money for my subscribers. I will never message you first. That's a red flag. I do not message people first. People message me. I will not message you first. I will never ask you for personal information. I will never ask you for money. I do not mirror trade for people, for my subscribers, right? I do not mirror trade. I do not trade options for my subscribers. I don't do any of those crazy sounding things. Be careful also of people talking about WhatsApp and things like that down in the YouTube comment section. Even YouTube, there's a huge problem with spam and scammers. So guys, remember, I do not invest money for my subscriber. If you're talking to someone right now about anything similar to this, it is not me. It is a fake account. Ban them, report them, block them right away. All right. And I'll continue to put out bulletins on Discord, YouTube, and the other social medias just to remind people every now and again, or in fact, every day, really, that, hey, I do not invest for my subscribers. Now, with that being said, let's jump into today's recap. Guys, Green Day today. Green Day. We did give back a little off the top, about 50 bucks here not so long ago on ASST. Thought this thing might have been able to give a good move, but as I'm seeing here year to date, this is just a stock that I've struggled on tremendously. I just need to put it in the no trade list. But yeah, ASST minus $50. We have UCAR plus 137. We'll talk about this one in a little bit. And OCEA 392, lastly AHI 979. Okay, ASST, we had a huge bid, 160,000 share buyer over here as this thing was pushing up. I got in as it broke below the level, thinking it would curl back up, and it did ultimately, but I was a little too soon. It pulled back a little bit more before the curl. I believe that was over here at 1530. But not much there. Should have just left it alone. UCAR. Let's talk about this one quickly. So as I was shutting down the live stream, this thing was moving, and I should have, or let's say this. I got a little unlucky, not paying attention, and I missed the very beginning when this green candle broke out. Came, and I was on my heels. Was not in control, was not in the driver's seat, was trying to figure out the stock, the personality of the stock, how it was moving. And, by the time I got a good bearing, things were a little getting late, right? The stock was kind of already pulling on the backside. But in terms of the trades going up, I was watching around here, I believe break of 850, it pushes to 880, and then break of 916. It pulls back. It's such a sharp pullback. It drops all the way to 23, and then even a low of 803. Right here, I took the double bottom. At least I tried to. I believe I got in a little higher on one of these two candles and then sold as it went up. But as I added, it pulled back. I believe it might have been here. It's 27. Let's pull up the show trades. Let's see. Okay, yes, I traded this entire range. I believe, let's see, did we get in on this one? No, so it was the other one over here. So as we pulled back over here, yeah, okay, 1,000 shares at 807, and I sold this up at 20. I sold at 20, 28, 38, 48, and even I think 50. And then it pushed up to 60 60, yeah, like 60. It dips down to, I believe, 48 area. I try to buy back for the bounce, or 45, and it came right back down, unfortunately. So that wasn't good. But so from green about 400 to only at 137, it happens again. I didn't get a good bearings on stock. Wasn't there early enough to be able to properly capitalize. Moving on, the stock of the day. In fact, not yet. We still have OCEA to talk about. OCEA, strong stock pre-market today. Strong stock. It's pushing up. We get a quick pullback around 9 a.m. It continues higher. For those of you who love pre-market, hey, it doesn't get better than this, man. Beautiful move. The 200 is around 782. We also have a daily level at 782. Pre-market highs are at 814. We open. I do attempt an early trade here for break of 8. I'm in at 790, unfortunately. 792 and stopping out at 780. So I lost 12 cents here, 1,500 shares. So a $200 red start to the day. But as it curled back up, man, and even this stock, I was a little distracted. I was talking about something as it broke VWAP. I didn't take it as serious as I needed to. Wasn't paying enough attention. So tomorrow, that's something I need to be careful of, right? Being faster. If I am on a rant, stopping it immediately, getting dialed in. So unfortunately, a little late here, but as it continued onto this green candle around 775, I got involved, and this thing started to look good. We pushed up 787. It consolidates, a pretty low pullback here, 39. We get the flag, and it attempts a new high, but unfortunately it rejects hard, man. And this was fast. This was an aggressive drop down, and in fact, we can show this for archive. This was nasty. This is not what we want to see ever. So let's pull it up. Time. This is at 10 a.m. Yeah, this wasn't good. So it starts to surge, and this early position that I had here at 55, I needed to hold a little longer, but I was a little scalpy with this one. It's pulling back. It's pulling back here at the low of the last two candles. So I take it. I'm in. Quick 10 cents, $100, and I'm like, okay, it seems like it's holding up. I jump back in. I added 70. I sell over the level of 70, and here we go. I started to churn right here. You see, this last trade that I got long in, we start to hesitate a little bit, right? So watch the sequence, and as I'm in and out about 5 times, 6 times, if you go back, if I just hold the position at 55, it'd probably be a much better trade anyways, right? The very first trade here down at 50. So again, you don't need to be a scalpy. So I'm in here at 55, and again, taking the 10 cents, the 5 cents. So I'm back in 63. I'm selling up 68. It's holding above 70, so I'm going to try again, 72. There's a lot of red, but I didn't give this one enough time, and it's going to push up here without me. So I try to jump back in for a break of 80. I do. I'm in around 80, pushes up to 90. So we get another 5-10 cents in there, and then as it starts to hold above 70, here's where I start to try with much bigger size. 3,000, right? But watch it how fast it comes down. So I'm in. Hold on. Right here, it's going to come down. I'm in. 3,070. This is where I thought the stock was going to go to the moon. Let's talk about some context here quickly, right? So if we look at these couple of candles, right? As we look at these couple of candles, we had a high of 70, 70, and 68. A low, 55, 52, and then again 39, which is the low of the pullback here. So this is part of why I got long 55 area on this candle. As it came down, it held up, it pushes up, and then I'm buying back around 70 as well, because 70 was a bit of a double top right here. This, if we break over 70, the stock can potentially squeeze. Now we're just looking for a green candle to continue into new highs. So that's what's happening right now. Again, I'm choosing to be a little bit more scalpy here. So I'm in 3,000. Relentless, why do you sell this trade so quickly? So I'm in 3,000 as it pulls back here. As I'm buying this trade, as I'm buying, I'm expecting to see more green on the tape, as in other people also buying 70. But it seems like I'm the only person buying here. There's just red hitting the tape. Red, red, white, a little bit of white. So I'm like, you know what? Let's get out. It's moving fast, but even if I miss this entry, it's better than this thing tanking on me. And guess what? This thing is going to tank. Look at how fast it goes. 62, 55, 51, 42, 17. What's that? 3 seconds? 3 seconds, man. This is awful. And so if I was still holding 3,000 at 70, if I was slow to get out, or maybe I just got caught off guard, I'd probably been stopping out like right here, 33, and there's a 30-cent loss. I'm down a grand. Just like that. That's the risk. And that's the risk. But I think this was a good A quality pattern. We did have resistance. It's 80. But unfortunately, we weren't able to go, and that's where I'm going to sum it up. I'm not going to overlook it and be too hard on the trades there. But again, maybe we could have held a little longer, 50 the first time around. But yeah. So afterwards, it came back up again, and it's where I gave back some more. Actually, no, that might be confusing this one for the other stock, which is UCAR. So there we go, a little bit of archive, false breakout. Lastly, AHI. And for those of you in MMU, you guys can go back and rewatch this as many times as you want, right? Guys, code VCIG is still live, still active. Code VCIG, you can still utilize for 40% off. I think we're going to run it until the end of the week. So yeah, look out for that. Stay tuned for more updates. But AHI, man, cheaper, and was it moving? Yes. This thing went crazy. A low of 165. High of 260, and the halt levels were a little tight. I didn't really start doing well up until the first resumption. So if we come over here, Thinkorswim, the first resumption occurred at 202, right, at 202, and so this is where it started for me. I got pretty aggressive on the resumption. We went from a low of 202 to a high of 24. I did miss a few trades along the way up, but you can see this thing was aggressive, man. It gets halted again, 29. Resumes, goes higher. Pushes all the way to 250. Then all the way to 256. The third halt, which is always tricky, it resumes and flushes it down immediately. Halting down, flushes down again. It goes to a low of 88 and curls back up. I think I should have done better here. I knew it needed to bounce, but I wasn't aggressive towards trying to get the entry. I think I might have attempted once here. I should have been a little bit more diligent because, especially break of 2, which I called out before the stock even got there, worked out. And I said, hey, this thing might go to 225. Not quite. It got to 223. So Relentless, being that you had a good idea it was going to get back over 2 and go to 225, why are you not in the trade? That's exactly why I should have been a little bit more attentive here. So you guys, 3 times I've mentioned, either not paying attention, letting my guard down, or slacking off, or not going as hard as I should. And I feel like I left a lot of money on the table today because of that. Maybe an extra 500 or 1K. So we got to do a better job paying more attention. And again, if we're ranting about a topic and something comes, getting dialed in, of course, continuing to pay attention to the scanners, the call outs from the chats, and just being locked in on the trading. So with that being said, that was essentially the day. It was a fine day today. We're at $1,451.73. So not a bad day. So as you guys are heading out, be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you're a new viewer. Consider subscribing to the channel. And once again, I do not invest money for my subscribers. So do not get caught, do not fall victim to any of these people who are pretending to be me. All right, guys? Stay safe, stay green. I am, of course, signing out.